Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your continued support, okay? I hope you had a really good weekend, and thank you for them really nice comments on the videos yesterday, okay? Really do appreciate those really nice warm comments. I don't see many other YouTube channels getting them I'm a bit mumble for words this morning, those sorts of comments, and I really do appreciate those really nice warm comments. Obviously you get the occasional troll, but that's normal, that's to be expected, that's life I'm afraid, but the nice comments that we receive, honestly, they're really kind and heartwarming as well, and it's good that these videos are helping you, okay? We've not got a crystal ball, we could go down, we could go up, but we'll always just tell you what we see basically, and so far Bitcoin has picked up relatively well, hasn't it? It's shown a lot of strength. That hourly candle that came in yesterday, I think it was yesterday evening, just before the weekly close down below here, bounced straight off it. Wow, a fantastic level of support. And this is what I mean about how quickly the markets can change, okay? Crypto's so volatile, that's why it's so appealing, but you can be down in the dumps and you think, oh, it's going to go down even more, and then all of a sudden it flips a switch and it's gone, okay? And it never goes back down there. Equally, when it's at the top there, like it was hovering around here, and boom, see you later. Within a couple of days to a week, boom, it was in the floor basically. And you know, I'm not saying it's not going to continue to go down, and I'm not saying it's going to go to the moon, but we do, you're fully transparent, you're fully aware now in this channel. We have got a projection, and we've got a projection of 200k this bull run, okay? And we do anticipate that Bitcoin will get to that, providing it holds key levels of support. And I've gone through all those levels of support with you before. I won't go through them again because it made the video really long. I want to get loads of videos out today if I can, possibly, because there's a lot of people that want updates on certain projects that I've not done for a while as well. So stay tuned today. I'll try and get as many out as I can, to be honest with you. But yeah, so far we've got a lovely little bounce. We're holding the support of 1272, you know, which we've done in multiple bull markets before. We've never lost that. We've come down, held it as support for continuation. So like I said, if we can hold support, don't go short. But if we do lose support, and you're fully aware that if we do roll over, we've got these key targets down here. One at 24k, okay? And I'm going to go through that with you in a minute on the Gaussian channel as well, because I did do a tweet yesterday. And for those of you not following me on Twitter, I'm always updating on there. Do head over to Twitter. All the links are in the video description, okay? I'm kind of really involved with Twitter at the minute, and there's a lot of great community, and I know we do followers on there. They're very active, and it's good. It's great to see. So yeah, I appreciate that as well, okay? And obviously the Patreon's blowing up as well, because we've got a Discord server. There's lots of TA in there and communication, and so it's great. It's a booming ecosystem is CoinsKid. It's evolving into such a good space, not only obviously for me doing this work for you, but also equally helping others as well, which is what it's all about, isn't it? So I'm rambling, I do apologise. So right now, Bitcoin has held support of the 1272, which it's done in multiple bull markets for continuation. And like I said, if it loses that key level of support, and look where the 55 EMA is right now on the weekly, this is a weekly time frame, look where that is as well. It's coming up to meet it beautifully. You know, if we can hold it, beautiful, because like I said to you a couple of weeks ago, what you get in here, okay, is a decision, okay? It can't do this for too much longer, because you're getting the EMAs come together like this, okay? And this is called an Ema Squeeze, where you get the EMAs come together, and at some point it has to make its mind up what it's going to do, where it's going to flip to the upside, or obviously roll over and go deeper. Now I've told you, okay, that if we go deeper than the wave 1 and the wave 4 pulls back deeper, then obviously the Elliott wave is invalidated here, and this Elliott wave structure is invalidated, and it sort of gives more probability for the fact that we're potentially heading into a bull market as well, a bear market, sorry. Now I'm going to show you this, okay? I'm keeping my eye on this. I don't necessarily project that we are out the woods yet, but I could be completely wrong. If we do start to paint some beautiful reversal patterns, I'll keep you fully aware, and obviously we need to see the daily EMAs broken as well. I'll keep drilling that one into you, okay? Because when the daily EMAs are broken, and especially the weekly, you know, if you break the weekly, see you later, alligator. You're in a multi-uptrend for weeks. You can see you're in a massive uptrend for weeks. So anyway, if we break key levels of resistance, we're golden, effectively. And as long as we're holding key levels of support, don't go short. So there are two things I'm going to show you right now, okay? I'm really interested in this. This is drawing my eye basically. So obviously we've got the stock RSI. Now someone put today the stock RSI and the RSI is a lagging indicator. No, it's a leading indicator basically. The lagging indicators are your moving averages and the MACD. They're lagging, okay? Your leading indicators are your EMAs, okay, and your stock RSI and the RSI. That's why drop them into your charts, okay? They'll do you favours. And as you can see down here, I do anticipate that potentially we could come back to this green line, okay? And if you look where the green line, this could actually be an optimal entry point for Bitcoin to go long. Again, not financial advice, but we could experience another rollover, which theoretically could bring us down to the 2800 retest, okay? Or potentially wick down to the 24k high. I don't want to see the 20k. I don't, and I'll tell you why in a moment, why I don't want to see that. Okay, I'll show you exactly why I don't want to see that right now. This call, I don't want to see that, because I think if we do see that, and you may be entering that bear market if you do come down to this previous swing high. Okay, I know we've not tested it on the way up, but like I said to you in many videos, you don't necessarily have to test it. Okay, we've melted for it. Okay, we're melted for it. We're not at a back test, which is bad. You do want to see the back test. But if we do come down to this particular level right now on the Gaussian channel, it's not looking too clever for Bitcoin. So this is why I think the last resort for me at the moment is 24k swing high, which I've given you. Okay, now that would bring us down to this trend line, and this is of keen interest to me. Perhaps we're bouncing here, perhaps we're reversed here. Okay, and Wyckoff theory, the accumulation, the spring and the back test, and now we're breaking upwards is all valid. Okay, but until we see that break of resistance, I'm still biased towards we may have sort of one more little rollover and a potential little wick down to support. And if we do get that, this is where you're going to see this trend line come in. Okay, look at this trend line. You've got the bottom here of wave 1. Okay, did you see that? The forming of wave 1 up, the wave 2 pullback, the trend line, touch the trend line. Then we had the wave 3, the big wave 3. Now we're going through the wave 4 pullback. Potentially, if we adhere to this trend line, this is where it could be an optimal entry point for Bitcoin and the decision of a bull or bear market, in my opinion. But again, it might not come. You might bounce it and move up. But these trend lines, these are key. And I'm going to show you in the previous bull run right now where this was key. Okay, so let's take a look at this in this previous bull run just there. Do you see this with Bitcoin? So over here, you got the ABC correction right there, and you got this particular trend line. And look at this trend line. Okay, look, it was never lost as support during that bull run. Do you see this? The RSI acted as support in the entire bull run there. It was never lost. When it was lost, it indicated a bear market. Do you see that? So there was a particular trend line in the RSI that was formed in the 2016. Well, I say 2016. It was basically started around here in 2015, where we got the bounce basically and forming the continuation of the trend, of the bull trend up to 2017 into 2018. You can see when that support was lost using the RSI, that particular level right there indicated the bear market. Do you see that? So we're following a very similar trend line here, where we've got the low, we've got the higher low, and potentially if we do come down to this particular trend line, okay, and it bounces off it, that's another higher low, and this will start and form the 5th wave up. Do you see that? So this is something that's keen interest to me, okay, that I'm keeping an eye on, because you can see in the previous bull run acted as support, and in this bull run it's acting as support as well. At the moment, if we do roll over and backtest it and it bounces, then this is the trend line you want to keep an eye on in the RSI. Okay, again, you know, it's just a little indicator, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% accurate, but I'm just looking at this previous run just here, where we started to form this low, we started to come up, and we started to make the highs in the RSI. We never fell under this level just here, and the RSI is acting as a key level of support, and obviously when you lost support, go short, and that's where your bear market started, just there, because you lost the support of the trend line in the RSI basically, which is relative strength index. It's a momentum of the market. Okay, so yeah, it's just a silly little thing. I know it's silly and some might not find it useful, but for me that's a really big indicator at the moment. Potentially if we do experience another rollover, which will invalidate the Wyckoff theory as well. Okay, it will invalidate that Wyckoff accumulation, because at the moment we've had the spring, haven't we? We've had the back test, and now we're looking at marching onwards and upwards in the Wyckoff accumulation theory right there. If we do roll over right here and do come lower right now, and we bounce off this trend line, that invalidates the Wyckoff accumulation right there, and that could be an absolute optimal entry point for Bitcoin in this bull run before continuation in the wave 5 right there. But that's just a little theory if we do roll, and it is a big if, because right now I'm going to jump into the hourly time frame. We might be breaking key levels of resistance for continuation in this bull run. So yeah, 200k in this bull run, which is what we predict. And as I said to you, if you do sort of go sideways a bit, you're getting the EMAs come together, you're going to get the pop, the squeeze, the decision at some point, okay, relatively soon for Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into the hourly time frame for you. So with Bitcoin, and you can see that we've picked up, obviously you're fully aware, we had this beautiful candle here, and this upside, this level of consolidation just there. This is actually a diamond, some kind of diamond top, which can be a reversal, and it can also be a continuation. It's a measured move. I'll show you this. So like that, okay, well I'll just draw it actually. You do something like that, like that, like that, like that, okay, and you've got the in the middle, is that's what you measure for your move. Okay, so it's something like that to there, and you can see that when you broke out of the resistance you went up and met the target. Do you see that? So that was a tradable event. But equally, you know, if a lose support, this is where you see the breakdown as well. So this is a good trade for those that are into patterns. Okay, I didn't post this on Twitter because I've not seen it until now. But yeah, we broke out with some substance as well. There was quite a bit of volume in there. We broke out and it's all great and dandy, but we've come up and hit our head on this resistance level, which we've told you about so many times. Okay, this is an important key level of resistance to break, because this is the resistance of a W double bottom just here. And this, if broken, is a beautiful reversal pattern. I'm going to show you the breakout target. Okay, so with a WW bottom, you come down, you make a low like that, and then you come up and you hit a level of resistance just there. You form a level of resistance for yourself, and then you come down, you make another low, but it's higher than the first low. Do you see that? So you're reversing the trend effectively. The selling pressure is running out of steam there. It's reversing basically. Now if you break the key level of resistance that Bitcoin created for itself, or any particular project, it's not just Bitcoin, these patterns adhere to many charts. Okay, if you start to close above that particular level, which is this, okay, that's where you see the continuation of the trend and the reversal pattern. And this is one of the key reversal patterns that we are looking for Bitcoin and most of the projects, the W double bottom patterns. Okay, they're really powerful, because if you break that resistance, you've got a breakout target which is from there to there, and you can see that if you was to go on right now and you was to break this level of resistance at 35241, you may potentially be looking at 41625 Bitcoin from here. Let's drop that in. That is an uptrend. That is a further appreciation of around 17%. So that's a beautiful opportunity to go long on Bitcoin. But with that, does it actually mean it's out the woods? So what we're going to do is jump on the daily time frame, because the daily is where we want to see the break of the EMAs. And right there, you can see that if Bitcoin did come up now and break the W bottom resistance pattern just there, do you see that? If it broke that resistance, you'll be looking at a breaking of the EMAs. If it continued with the trend, there is also the probability that you have a fake out. Just like here, you've got this sort of reversal pattern just here where, do you remember this? I think it was a couple of weeks ago where we came down and we made a low, and when we made a level of resistance, I mean, this is on the daily, but on the 4 hourly, it would have looked more like a W double bottom, and then you made a lower low like that. Once you broke resistance, you had a breakout target, and you can see that particular target is from there to there. And you can see that it actually come up and invalidated the move, because it got rejected at the upper resistance of this. Do you see this? So it ran into a key level of resistance before rolling over. Now do anticipate that for Bitcoin. Even though it looks good, there is a couple of levels of resistance that Bitcoin does need to get through if we break this level of resistance right now, okay, for Bitcoin. So obviously you've got this key level of resistance. This is the target, 41718. Okay, that's the breakout target. If it breaks this level of resistance and forms this W double bottom, okay, that's a beautiful breakout target, and it has a target of 41718. But you've got resistance along the way. You've got the daily 20, which it's meeting right now. You've got the daily 55, which, to be honest with you, if it gets through that, that's a massive indicator of a reversal of a trend, in my opinion. On any time frame, if you start to see the break of a 55 in the downtrend, okay, that is a massive signal in itself that you are reversing the trend. You're breaking the trend. And like I said to you on Twitter, the trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend, you've made a new friend. And basically, if we can get through to 55, that will give confidence to the fact that you will meet that target, the 41718, and we may be looking at a reversal here for Bitcoin, and this may be the bottom that we've all been waiting for and anticipating. But like I said to you, there's a couple of things that's got my head scratching, basically, that we're not out the woods. One is I'm seeing breakdown targets on the alts. Okay, I'm targeting them breakdown targets on the alts. Two is the stock RSI trend line and the RSI trend line as well, which we've not necessarily come back down to and tested as support yet. Do you see what I mean? So those are a couple of, well, three sort of confluencing factors that tell me that this may be a bit of a fake out, and just be careful. Okay, not financial advice, but it may be sort of a bit of a fake out, and we may be coming a little bit lower, not necessarily to these levels, because we could potentially like get an upside here, consolidate, come back down and actually hit that trend line off the double bottom at a 28732. So that's a probability as well. Okay, do anticipate that. But yeah, ahead of us we've got a key level of resistance right now, which is this particular level, isn't it? Because this is the close, this is the up wick of the daily candles here. So this is an important level we need to see ourselves close above, is 35342. Get a close above that on the daily. We're looking good for continuation, where we're going to come up to 41718, which is the target of a WW bottom. But up there you've got resistance. Obviously the main resistance here is the 55 EMA is a high resistance. Okay, high resistance. You get through that, you're looking good. But the main resistance is this, because this is the key resistance when you fell down. You've been hitting your head on it ever since. Do you see that? So that particular resistance is 40878. But if you do get through the 55, I would give a high probability to the fact that you're going to melt through that, okay? Because the 55, in my opinion, like I've shown you so many times, I'm going to show you, okay? Look back at the daily. When you start to reverse a trend and you get through the 55, you're golden. Look at that. You get through, you come back, hold support, boom, 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 boom. See you later. See what I mean? When you're reversing the trend, you come up, you backtest, hold as support. Just there, we had this capitulation event for Corona in the Corona dump last year, okay? We got through the 20, great. We're holding it. We're consolidating just there. When you're between the EMAs, do you remember? Picked up a bit of steam, come back, backtested, dragged it over its shoulder, creating the bullish cross. This was a big buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. If you wasn't involved in Bitcoin at this point, this was a fantastic entry opportunity signal, okay? And potentially, if you're sitting on the wings, you're sitting on the sidelines and you're thinking, oh, when should I get the most optimal entry point and the big tick to the upside? Is that bullish cross, which we are all anticipating. Okay, so that's basically Bitcoin. It's looking relatively healthy, but do anticipate that some of them, there's a couple of indicators there that are telling me potentially, you know, this, we could run into resistance and potentially targets when we do fall back. There's a couple of confluencing factors right there that's telling us that, you know, potentially we're coming back down for a double bottom retest. And if we lose that, I'll give you targets, for your short targets. Now, I did say I wanted to discuss why I don't like this particular target being met, this 19k, why I don't like it. Okay, I know we've been anticipating it, we are anticipating it because obviously it's the previous all-time high and it's not been backtested support on the way up, which is not good. It's not good, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to do it. Okay, but it's just one of them sort of indicators that says, well, you've not done it, so this is why you would do it, sort of thing. But what I want to show you is the Gaussian channel on the 5-day. I'm going to drop the Gaussian channel on a different chart here. So the Gaussian channel on the 5-day, for those of you who have not got the Gaussian channel, all you do is go to indicators and type GAUSS. Okay, and it's the first one, the Gaussian channel with DW in brackets, okay? And drop that into your charts and it looks like this. And it works best on the 5-day, okay? A lot of people use it on different time frames, but I'm showing you on the 5-day. I'm just hide this Elliott wave theory right here. So this is the Gaussian channel, okay, and the thing is, on the weekly time frame, we look really, really good, don't we? We do look strong, and you're fully aware, on the weekly, you know, if we start to fall in the Gaussian channel and come down to the low there, we're looking relatively bearish. Now, a lot of people use this on the 5-day. Personally, I think the 5-day is best because you get sort of a pre-indicator of where the market is heading. You can see that here we had the bull market top, 2017, okay, and then we rolled over, we came into the channel, and when we lost the bottom of the channel, you know, we was in a bear market, but you could already see anyway, you created the death cross for me, the sell and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, okay, on the 5-day channel just there, you've got that as well inside the channel, which is indicative of a bear market within itself. So yeah, big precursor, you're entering a bear market, you're making lower highs, you're losing the structure here, look, a low, a lower low, a lower low, you're rolling over, you know, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to see that. So at the minute, you lost structure, you've lost the channel effectively. So right now, for me, if we do that, if we start to fall here, we're creating a bearish cross on the 5-day, okay, we are also falling out of the bottom of this channel, which currently sits at 24632. So if we did that and come down to 20k, are we in a bear market? Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say to you, that we can't necessarily come down to there. That would be a very, very bearish thing, okay, to come down to 20k, because obviously you're losing the multi-year support of a 1272 right there, which has never been lost in a bull market, which I've shown you, the Fibonacci retracement extension right there. So if we do come down, are we in a bear market? And that's what you got to ask yourself, okay? So it's not necessarily a good thing to come down to that 20k. As much as we all want it and we're all anticipating it, you know, if we do come down to that particular level right now, you're in a bear market, because you look, when you lose it and you're creating a death cross just there on the 5-day Gaussian channel, you know, you're coming through the bottom, you're losing support at the bottom. It's confluence of the fact that you're in a bear market, you're entering the bear market basically. So right there, if we was to come down to 20k, which is just there, you could see that's lower than the 5-day Gaussian channel bottom support line right there, and that's a big tick to, yeah, you're in a bear market. So with that, you know, you've got to say, if we do come to 20k, we're in a bear market, aren't we? So that's unfortunate. So we can't come down to that level, unfortunately, but we can come down to the swing high of a 24k. Do you see that? Because that's the bottom of the channel. So if 28k is lost, 28,800 is lost, then you swing high. If we look at the daily time frame here, drop this out, okay, the Gaussian channel. This is your target. If we do lose the 2800, okay, because a lot of people are saying that that's the bottom, but I've gave you a target just there of 24,1. Where is it? Just there, like that. 24,632 is a swing high of this uptrend, which is where you'll find support and a bounce. That's if it does roll over, okay? If you do start to see Bitcoin roll over anymore, put some cheeky bids in at that level, because that is the bottom of the Gaussian channel on the 5-day as well. And as you can see, if you do hug and hold that Gaussian channel on the 5-day as support, this is where you see the continuation of the trend, because just here, okay, you've got your bear market. Let me explain this to you, okay? So you've got your bear market, you've got your signal, yeah, bear market, bearish cross, bear market just there. Now just here, you've got where for me you formed the bull market. Obviously you've bottomed out here, haven't you, in the previous bear market, and you start to come up. You've got through the Gaussian channel, you've back to the support, you start to fall through here, and you held the bottom of the Gaussian channel as support. For me, this was the continuation of the bull market just here, but we had a black swan event just there. Do you see that? Black swan event just there, and we actually fell under the Gaussian, and rich pickings down here at the bottom of the V-shaped recovery for Bitcoin and all the crypto and stock shares, everything. The whole world sort of went into turmoil, didn't it? But we got that V-shaped recovery, and from there, continuation in this bull market. So, you know, this bottom channel holds well in a bull market. Do you see that? And let's take a look at the previous bull markets here. In this particular one, the two-part bull market, we did actually fall into it as support, and the medium line just there. Do you see that? Got a bit of support for continuation. So it's good. I mean, if you do start to fall through, you can see you're really, really bearish. So if you fall through here and you hit the 20k, you're bearish, basically. Bearish. So we can't afford to come down to that particular level, can we, in this bull market? Because if we do, big precursor that we're bearish, and you can see potentially where you hit the bottom of support, see you later alligator, you're out of there. So do anticipate that for Bitcoin. So that's basically it. That's a lot of chip chatter on Bitcoin. I do apologize, but that's a Gaussian channel, and it's a 5-day time frame. So I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.